What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast that the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity C, and we are covering more of our Attitude Year Season 2, covering the whole of 1999. We just covered Over the Edge, and now we are on our road to King of the Ring 1999. To check out the whole series, Season 1 is in the archives on YouTube and Spotify. Just check that out. And let's get right into the action. Raw Is War is coming to you on June 7th, 1999, live in B-Town, Boston, Massachusetts. And we see footage from last night on a Heat when Stone Cold Steve Austin was attacking people backstage. Then we see Vince McMahon coming out to the ring. Vince says there's a great deal of pretty much inspection to the greater power. I'm sorry, there's a great deal of interest into the greater power. I remember 3 months ago, The Undertaker mentioned the greater power. If this person is more demonic than The Undertaker, I'd like to meet him. Some say it's Shawn Michaels, Jake the Snake Roberts. It doesn't matter who it is, because tonight I intend to go no holds barred with him. Shane, I challenge you to a match here. I'll put up my 50% of the company if you do the same. Shane comes out, accepts, and he tells Vince that the greater power will reveal himself tonight. So the ownership of WWE is on the line tonight, and the corporate ministry is out next. Undertaker introduces the greater power, but then Vince McMahon comes on the Titantron and says, the son of a bitch should show his face. And then the greater power takes off his hood, and it's revealed to be Vince McMahon. Vince says, it's me, Austin. It was me all along. Every damn one of you were made fools of. Stone Cold Steve Austin made me do this. I had to teach you a lesson. There is no price, no depth to make your title reign a living hell. I like to thank my son Shane. I like to thank the WWE Champion The Undertaker and everyone. That's when Linda and Stephanie McMahon come out. Stephanie says, how could you be so cruel to me? Vince says, it's just business. We still love you. Linda says, well, Vince, let's talk business. We have 4 equal shares. And a lot of others were helping behind the scenes during this. There are going to be some changes taking place. It's going to be more casual in the office. Profanity will be used in the office, and that will be just fine. Drinking might be on the job. I am going to pick my own successor for the CEO title. Allow me to introduce to you the new CEO of WWE, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then Stone Cold comes out with a tie and a clipboard. Austin says, I will have a title match and take back my title at King of the Ring. It will be me versus Vince and Shane McMahon, and I will get to beat you both. Vince says, well, you're on, pal. He says, Shane, it will be you versus X-Pac and Kane. The Union can fight anyone tonight, and he's making all kinds of matches. So pretty much it's revealed that Vince McMahon has been the higher power all along. He screwed over his daughter, screwed over his family just to get back at Stone Cold Steve Austin. We then see clips from Heat last night where the Brood gave the Acolytes a bloodbath, and we have our tag titles online. The Acolytes taking on Edge and Gangrel with Christian. During the match, Michael Hayes and the Hardy Boys come out distracting the Brood, and then Bradshaw hits a clothesline from hell to Gangrel, and the Acolytes retain the tag team titles after Michael Hayes and the Hardys attack Christian, and the Hardy Boys and Michael Hayes continue this issue with the Brood. The Union come out to the ring. Big Show challenges The Undertaker to a match later on. Ken Shamrock wants Vince McMahon, and he says I stood by Vince McMahon while Vince humiliated me, and I want Vince in the Lion's Den to match. And then Test calls Stephanie down to the ring. Stephanie walks out. Test gets on his knees and asks Stephanie out on a date, and Stephanie says, I'd love to. And we see Shane snapping backstage. So we have Ken Shamrock challenging Vince McMahon. We have Big Show challenging The Undertaker, and Test asking Stephanie out on a date. Now we have a tag match. Shane McMahon taking on X-Pac and Kane in a handicap match here. The Mean Street Posse come out and attack Kane and X-Pac, and then Shane runs off. Then Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe toss the Mean Street Posse into the ring. They get a chokeslam, a Bronco Buster, and a Tombstone. So even though Shane was able to escape, the Mean Street Posse got what was coming to them. Next, the women's champion Deborah is backstage. Deborah says, we should have a bikini contest. If Nicole wins, she gets a title shot next week. I don't know if I want to see that. We have a special cast match next. The Rock taking on Triple H with China. The Rock has the cast on his arm, and to make things fair, he wants Triple H to wear one as well. But Triple H has a cast on his leg instead. Rock hits a rock bottom. He puts a chair on Triple H's face. Undertaker hits a chokeslam and tombstone to the Rock on his steel chair. So it looks like the WWE Champion The Undertaker has his eyes on the Rock. We get a WWF.com promo, and we have our special bikini contest. The Women's Champion Deborah with the Intercontinental Champion Jeff Jarrett taking on Nicole Bass with Val Venis. Both ladies strip, and Deborah has small hearts on her bra and panties, and she gets the win here. After Val and Jeff Jarrett brawl, Nicole Bass accidentally hits Val Venis with a guitar shot after Val is upset, but then Nicole Bass says, screw this, and breaks up with Val. So she hits him with a guitar shot and then leaves the big bubbles. We see GTV back showing PMS backstage, and PMS is just talking shit about the men in WWE. We then get Mr. Ass taking on the Godfather with Hose. Road Dogg runs out during this match and hits Mr. Ass with a pump handle slam. And the Godfather gets a 3-count victory over Mr. Ass with the help of the Road Dogg. We're seeing Droz and Prince Albert throw up backstage. We have a hardcore match next. The hardcore champion Al Snow versus Droz. Al Snow hits Droz with a parking cane. They fight in a bar area of the Fleet Center. And Al Snow hits Droz with a plant and hits Droz with his stake. And Al Snow retains the hardcore championship. Next, we have the special Lions Den match up next between Ken Shamrock and Vince McMahon. During the match, Jeff Jarrett runs out and hits Ken Shamrock with his steel chair. And Vince puts Ken Shamrock in an ankle lock. And because of the chair shot, Jeff Jarrett is knocked out. So Vince gets the win here over Ken Shamrock in surprising fashion. We have made it to our main event, the WWE Champion The Undertaker with Paul Bearer defending against the Big Show. Last week, the Undertaker nailed the Big Show from behind with a baseball bat. So they're getting some sort of fighting. Undertaker hits Big Show with a low blow, and then Big Show gets pushed into the ring post. Undertaker hits Show with a steel chair, but then Big Show comes back and ends up choke slamming the Undertaker through the ring, and then he choke slams different corporate ministry members. So we find out that Vince is the higher power. He's been in charge of everything. Undertaker has his eyes set on the Rock. Undertaker gets choke slammed through the ring. It's been a bad night for Taker tonight. We're just getting more and more storylines for King of the Ring. We're wrapping up Over the Edge. And I'm excited to see this special match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince and Shane at King of the Ring. It's going to be a good night. With that, that was our coverage of Raw Is War from June 7th. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. You can check us out on YouTube. Just search the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Give us a like, hit the subscribe bell, and the notification button to stay notified when new content is created. We'll be having more episodes of the Action Years coming out along with our WrestleMania recap and a recap of Raw Day 1. So with that, stay safe and stay uncensored.